My parents don't want me to bring home my boyfriend for Christmas, December 24, 2022. I am not the op. Op is you, young mom TM. Original posted in our Parenting on December 24, 2022. My parents don't want me to bring home my boyfriend for Christmas. Trigger warning. Racism. Less than. Mood spoiler. Disappointing. But positive. Less than. Me and my kids always go to my parents' house for Christmas and stay for a week or two. Well, this year I'm not sure what I should do because they've told me they don't want me to bring my boyfriend who's been coming to my house every year since we were 5. His family is in Florida this year, so he doesn't have family to spend Christmas with. We have been friends since we were 5 and my parents have always loved having his family over for Christmas. We started dating in July and now they have a sudden change of heart. My dad flat out told me, it's because he's black. We don't care if you're friends, but we can't have that in our family. I'm not sure what I should do. Go anyway? I don't want my kids to not see their grandparents, but I also don't want him to be uncomfortable. And I don't want my kids to be around people who can't accept someone in their family just because he's black. I was going to be telling them I am pregnant on Christmas Day, but seeing as they don't want that in their family, they would hate the news. I'm so torn on what to do. Edit, update. BORU note. Updated 5 hours later the same day. I told my boyfriend what was said when it was said, and he was also questioning me on if we should go because he was also still trying to process the fact that two people that claimed they loved him all his life suddenly doesn't want him a part of this family. At the time I wasn't fully understanding that this baby will be black as well, and if they can't accept him, how could they accept this baby? When I told him I thought we shouldn't go, he agreed and was incredibly hurt that my parents could act this way. I am confused and hurt as well, because why would they act so nice and loving to him and his family for so many years if they feel this way? I called my siblings that were going to tell them we wouldn't be there and to tell them why, and some of them were disgusted they could say such a thing and said they would come to our house for Christmas, and a couple of them said I was being childish. I wasn't going to call my parents to tell them why I wasn't coming, but after reading some comments, they need to know why, because they need to understand that their way of thinking is just wrong and they need to change. So when I called, I told them I wasn't coming because I am with my boyfriend and their racist comments are not going to be tolerated around him or my children. Then I dropped the news that I was pregnant. My mom came back with, "That's great, honey. Another baby." She didn't even acknowledge anything I said before the baby. And I don't think she fully understood that this baby would be black, so I asked her how she would feel when that baby came out black because his father is black. She paused for a little and said, "I'm sure we can love this baby as long as he doesn't act like his father." His father? You mean the one that stepped up through my breakup with my children's father and helped move me out of his place? The one that helped me take care of my kids if I needed it even when my parents wouldn't? The one that's been my best friend since we were 5. He got good grades, never got in trouble at school, and was always good to everyone. I don't know how they could keep this act up for so long. It's ridiculous. So I'm not sure if they get it or ever will get it, because I told her I was done with this and she wouldn't see her grandkids anymore, and she replied with, "We'll see you later." I asked if I could talk to my dad and I could hear him say he didn't want to talk, so I hung up. I'm done with that family. My parents and the siblings that choose their side. Me, my boyfriend, and my kids will make new traditions at our house with the family that we choose to make. This baby will be loved tremendously by the grandparents from his side, and that will be enough. Also, to the people or person who keeps making the same comment, my boyfriend has a great job. Yes, he can have 2 weeks off of work. Funny how you didn't ask those questions about me because you know I'm white. We are not engaged or married, but it's already been a discussion because we do plan to spend the rest of our lives together. Not that any of that matters, because even if he was a CO they would still have a problem with him, because they don't like his skin color. Thank you to everyone who gave me advice on how to tell my kids why we wouldn't be going to grandma's for Christmas. I told them that we couldn't see grandma and grandpa because they were being mean and saying hurtful things about someone that doesn't look like them. My 5-year-old understood right away because she asked if it was because of the things they say about CJ, my BF, which means she's heard them say things about him before they even said anything to me about it. I told her yes it was, and those things aren't nice to say or think about people. Again, thank you to everyone who had something helpful to say. I know I also need to educate myself if I'm going to have a half-black baby. I am not op. The 5-year-old's understanding of the mean things they say about CJ, and easy acceptance of that as a good reason not to see them anymore, puts a big bright silver lining on this sad story for me. I'm glad she is understanding the importance of protecting her child from racist relatives before the kid is born. Her mom was giving a very weird sort of Stepford wife vibe on that call. I think it's really important in these cases for people to be completely open. None of the "don't air dirty laundry" nonsense. That only benefits the racists. We need to stop letting them be comfortable, let their hatred be exposed. When asked why she doesn't see her parents anymore, she should answer that they don't accept her partner because he's black. She should literally say, "My father won't let my partner in the house because he's black. My husband is mixed and I experienced this from extended family when we got engaged. I cut them off and of course didn't invite them to the wedding. When people ask me why, I told them exactly what was said." I know someone whose son married a black woman and she was flustered about it and tried to excuse it by saying, "It's okay because it's not as bad as a white woman with a black man. It's different. My husband and I just looked at each other trying to figure out what the hell we just heard." Then a few years later her daughter started dating a black man and had a baby, and I laughed so hard. Racism isn't dead. That's something only racists say. See kids, here's an example how you can have a black friend and still be racist. What's sad is that even the 5-year-old picked up on it. According to the 5-year-old, they've been hiding their feelings for a long time. The siblings that side with the parents called the oop childish. Childish would have been anything other than going NC. Oh hey, it's the same brand of racism my parents subscribe to. Other races are fine. We don't hate them or want to support an all-white world or any of that horrible Nazi stuff. Your best friend is Asian? That's great. You love Nigerian food? Wonderful. Me too. Quote, your roommate is from Venezuela? Lovely. Quote, you have a lovely, wholesome, romantic relationship with an outstanding member of the community. Someone of the same or higher social class as us, who is kind and intelligent and with a great career. Someone whose parents and grandparents and so on were all born in the same country as us and is culturally identical to our family, so we get along wonderfully. But a few of their distant ancestors were of a different race? Are you insane? Quote, and they, too, blatantly ignore any questions about what exactly is wrong, where the line is drawn, and why can't they see how illogical this is, just like OOP's mother. That's nice, dear. So anyway, about that other thing, I'm glad OOP will keep her current and future children from being around that. She's done well despite the stupid situation her parents have put her in. This story is nowhere close to over. This is going to get so much worse. I hope Op has the support and strength to really cut those people out. They will be back. I wonder too what they meant by as long as it doesn't act like its father. The one who's been good friends for couple decades. Been there for their daughter in hard times. Was good growing up. Had good grades. And has a good job. So what exactly is wrong with him? I guess he talks too black for their liking or something. That's ridiculous. Trigger warning. Racism. Big shock. I highly doubt that Oop will lose much from cutting off the clan. Pardon. Her family. Me. Reading the title. I bet the update will reveal that the parents are racist. Me. Reading the first post. Ooh. Ahead of the racism schedule. We usually don't get the "turns out they're racist" until the update. Interesting that they were so upfront. We won't see you for Christmas. Or ever really. Because of your racism. We can't have that in this family. My parents would be the most hated people in town if they did this to my partner. Every single bit of dirty laundry would be aired, and then I'd ask at the end when they hated me the most for ruining every little lie they've told. And everything they done if they still thought my partner was a problem because of the color of their skin, because I can be a much bigger problem if need be. How do people like this still exist? My boyfriend has a great job. Yes, he can have 2 weeks off of work. Funny how you didn't ask those questions about me because you know I'm white. This comment says so much about society. And some people still insist that white privilege is not a thing. My aunt dumped her best friend of many years when the friend started dating a black guy. The guy was a mutual friend. But in my family, it was fine to have POC as friends. But dating or, heaven forbid, marrying one was not allowed. That's not the only reason I've been NC with most of them for decades. But it's definitely on the list. My white stepsister married a black man. My mom was always, "What's his name again?" I can never remember. Those black names are so hard to say. Much less remember. Charles. Mom. His name is Charles.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.